What if I told you the next electric car revolution didn't come from Tesla, Toyota, or Samsung, but from a phone company? Huawei just dropped a solid-state battery bombshell that could deliver an eye-popping 1,968 miles. That's about 3,000 kilometers of range on a single charge. It's the kind of headline that makes you do a double take. And make no mistake, this isn't just a spec sheet race anymore, it's survival mode. Because if automakers don't catch up within the next 2 or 3 years, they risk becoming irrelevant in a market changing faster than anyone imagined. Welcome back to Road Zone Reviews, and today, we're diving deep into what might be the single most disruptive EV breakthrough of the decade. So, why is this such a big deal? We're talking about a battery with roughly double the energy density of Tesla's celebrated 4,680 cells, combined with an architecture that directly tackles the Achilles heel of solid-state batteries, rapid degradation at the interface between lithium and the solid electrolyte, and on top of that, a 4-minute fast charging capability. Even more chilling, Tesla isn't asleep at the wheel. At its Shanghai Gigafactory alone, Tesla is targeting over 1.3 million vehicles per year, betting big on next-gen battery technology to stay ahead. And here's the thing, Huawei isn't an isolated case. China files over 7,600 new battery patents every single year. So the game isn't just about coming up with ideas anymore. It's about who can turn them into mass-produced reality. A telecom giant joins the race. The idea sounds absurd at first. Huawei is known for smartphones, networking gear, and constant headlines for its tensions with Western governments, not electric cars. Yet, in an industry where breakthroughs often come from unexpected places, Huawei now claims to have developed a solid-state battery with an energy density of 500 watt-hours per kilogram. To put that in perspective, it nearly doubles what you'd find in a current Tesla Model S long range. But it's not just about packing in more energy. The real technical magic lies in how Huawei claims to have solved the problem that has haunted solid-state batteries for over a decade: rapid chemical breakdown, where the lithium metal meets the solid electrolyte. Their solution: doping sulfide-based electrolytes with nitrogen, stabilizing the material interface and significantly reducing decay. Sure, that sounds highly technical, but it could be the single piece the whole industry has been missing too. Make solid-state truly viable, do we actually need 3,000 kilometers of range? Most drivers won't go from Los Angeles to Chicago in a single drive, but that's missing the point. What truly matters is flexibility. Automakers could keep the same battery size and deliver realistic ranges between 1,000 to 1,500 miles, instantly, ending the last big psychological barrier to EV adoption, range anxiety. Or they could build smaller, lighter cars with half the battery, reducing cost, weight, and resource consumption. Imagine an affordable EV that drives 600 miles on a charge but costs less to build, weighs less, and accelerates faster. Either way, it's bad news for gasoline cars, because suddenly EVs aren't just cleaner, they're better in almost every metric. Fast charging revolution, coming sooner than you think. One of the top reasons drivers hesitate to switch to electric is charging time. What if I forget to plug in overnight? Or what if I'm late to work? Well, those excuses might be about to expire. Chinese brands like BYD, XPeng, and Zeekr are already testing batteries that can gain roughly 300 miles of range in about 5 minutes faster than it takes to finish a coffee, and it's not limited to China. Ultra-fast charging networks are being built across Europe, the US, and Australia within a few years. Topping up your EV could genuinely feel like grabbing a cup of coffee, quick, convenient, and barely part of your routine. The catch: it won't be cheap. At first, Huawei's battery reportedly costs up to $1,200 per kilowatt, or roughly 20 times the cost of mainstream LFP batteries. Early adopters will see it first in luxury vehicles, supercars, and flagship SUVs. But remember, old TVs used to be unaffordable, and now they're available in big box stores for a few $100s. Solid-state batteries could follow that same curve: high-end today, mainstream tomorrow. And once scaled, Huawei claims retooling costs for existing lithium-ion factories could be as little as 10% more, lowering the barrier to mass production. Is Huawei actually leading, or just making noise? It's too early to say definitively. There's no EV you can buy today with this battery inside, but Chinese tech giants aren't known for empty claims alone. They have massive R&D budgets, engineering talent, and government backing. Meanwhile, look at legacy players. Toyota promised a solid-state EV by 2021. It's now 2025, and there's still nothing in dealerships. At this point, it feels like waiting for Half-Life 3. Everyone's heard the rumors, nobody has seen the product, if anything. Huawei entering the battery game shows that the real disruption may not come from automakers at all, but from tech giants with something to prove. How does Huawei's battery compare to other breakthroughs? Enter 24 Meters Technologies, a US-based startup making waves with its Eternalite electrolyte and Impervio separator. Their semi-solid battery boasts energy density up to 660 watt-hours per kilogram, the highest ever for a non-solid battery, with fast charging and impressive cold weather performance. By contrast, Huawei's battery is fully solid-state at around 500 watt-hours per kilogram. On the surface, that looks lower, but there's more to it. Solid-state design saves space usually needed for cooling systems, offers better thermal stability and safety, could lead to higher system-level energy density once integrated into a car. Why? Solving degradation matters most, the true game-changer. Huawei says their nitrogen doping method stabilizes the lithium interface, drastically reducing degradation that kills most solid-state designs before mass production. If it works, it opens the door to EVs that keep most of their capacity for thousands of cycles, meaning owners might keep cars much longer without worrying about battery replacement. Charging speed versus massive range. 24M's batteries reportedly charge up to 300 kilometers in 4 minutes, without requiring massive 1 megawatt charges, making them practical even in places with standard infrastructure. Huawei's initial prototypes may charge slower, but with real-world ranges of 1,500 to 2,000 kilometers, you might only need to charge once every week or two. Instead of topping up every night, EV ownership becomes more like gas cars: fill up rarely, drive freely. Safety. Liquid versus solid. 2 for EMS Impervio separator makes liquid batteries dramatically safer, even at extreme cold -40 degrees Celsius, but Huawei's solid-state design eliminates the main fire risk, the flammable liquid electrolyte, making it fundamentally fireproof. In a world where regulators and consumers demand higher safety, that could become a must-have. Cost and scalability. Who wins? Right now, 24 meters is easier to scale. Their battery tech can integrate into existing lithium-ion factories with little retooling, so it could show up in production cars sooner. Huawei's approach is more radical, expensive today, but potentially revolutionary tomorrow. If mass production brings costs down, it could become the new industry standard. Beyond cars, stationary storage and energy grids, Huawei's solid-state cells could change not just EVs but everything from renewable energy storage to off-grid power systems. Imagine wind or solar installations in Alaska, Scandinavia, or Tibet, places where lithium-ion struggles due to cold and fire risk. Solid-state cells with long life and zero fire risk would be game-changing, and because they can discharge down to 0 volts without damage, they'd be perfect for backup power, remote telecom towers, and even data centers. Tesla's $25,000 EV in global markets. A battery like Huawei's could also help Tesla and others launch truly affordable long-range EVs like the rumored $25,000 Model 2 without relying on vulnerable lithium supply chains. Imagine a small, affordable, with 600 to 1,000 miles of range, in places like Southeast Asia, Africa, or Latin America, where charging networks are sparse, that could make EVs not just viable, but dominant. The bigger picture. It's not just evolution, it's a new paradigm too. For EMS battery might be the best liquid-based battery yet. Fast, cold-resistant, and scalable. But Huawei's design hints at something even bigger, a fundamental step beyond lithium-ion into a post-lithium era. A world where batteries aren't just safer and lighter, but completely redefine what a vehicle can be. So, what now? Should we trust a tech company like Huawei to lead the battery revolution? Or should we keep faith in automakers who've built cars for over a century? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Road Zone Reviews. Turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest stories in EV, battery tech, and beyond. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.